Hello and welcome to my next chess video. This time I show you the game between Houdini 4 x64B versus GreKo 8.2, and I let them play the Larson's opening, which is basically the move b3, and to be exact I let them play this opening position, and let's see what Houdini is coming up with here. There are many options. You can go for c4 here, you can go for knight c3, you can go for e3, you can go for d3. Well, d3 looks kind of weird, but yeah, e3 is the move Houdini is calculating. And if, for example, bishop here, then you can go for f4, and if takes, then taking there. But this, I don't know, check. I don't know, maybe black gets some compensation for this kind of thing, but you can also go up with the king, and black can also play something like d3, d6 here, followed by knight f3, and knight here, maybe. I have some weird ideas about that position, but let's go with some normal lines. d4 takes, knight takes, knight takes, bishop takes c5, bishop goes back, castles, bishop d3, bishop g4, queen there, rook e1, castles, d5, trying to go here with the knight. Looks better for black. To me it looks better for black. Okay, we have the move e3 here. Knight f3 and bishop b5, threatening to take off this knight to win a pawn here. Let's see what GreKo comes up with. GreKo is calculating some weird move, namely bishop to d6. Knight here, maybe this one. Followed by knight takes, bishop takes, d3, bishop back, maybe here something like this. Followed up with d4. So castles, d5, bishop goes back. So maybe after c6, bishop goes all the way back. Bishop there, castles, d5, and now this bishop move doesn't look that weird anymore. But white could maybe go for d3 now, pawn takes d3, bishop here, castles. Let's see. Houdini is calculating the move knight to a3 now. Knight to a3, I see the idea. The idea is to jump in here to eat up this bishop. So maybe b3, bishop takes, pawn takes, knight here to attack this bishop. Castles, knight takes bishop, pawn takes, followed by knight f3, e4, knight jumping in there, h6, h4. I don't know if something like this works, because the knight can go here, or even the bishop can go there. But after this, two pieces are hanging, so probably knight here, f6, pawn takes, knight goes back there, e6, not e6, I would capture this and go for that move. So probably something like this now, and then the queen can come in here, maybe not via that square, probably via that square, and black has to be very careful there. So for example f6, queen here, queen, probably something like this even works. No, queen here, check, no, not here, check, king here, check, king there, check, queen there, queen takes, rook takes, check, rook here, and then you can maybe exchange and push the pawn. I don't think something like this will work, but it's at least a try. You can also go here then. Knight c4, yeah, we are exactly in this line. Knight c4 to jump in here or here to go after this knight and maybe threaten something. Now bishop here, f6, bishop there, e4, bishop there, castles. Looks like a normal position for me. So, I don't know, this move doesn't seem that weird anymore. But okay, here we have the move knight a3, a6 takes, knight here, castles. Castles is maybe not the best move because the e-pawn is hanging. I just recognize this. So probably queen there. Maybe still taking here, and it doesn't change all that much. Knight here, castles, bishop e6 probably, or something along these lines. But then f4, pawn takes f4, knight takes f4, attacking the bishop. Bishop here, queen there, followed by queen here. Okay, we don't have this. We have knight f3. Knight f3. Probably e4 now. For knight takes, pawn takes. Where is the knight going? Knight here most probably. Pawn here. Bishop takes. Now you have to take with the cheap pawn. But this Seems equally bad for both sides. We have the move e4. Where is the knight going? Knight takes d6, knight back to g1. This is the idea by Houdini, knight back to g1. We saw this in the Stockfish game. d4, knight here. Jumping into f4 maybe. But then bishop here. h3, bishop here. Bishop there, knight here. Bishop there, and oh, queen. The knight is defending this square. So this might not be possible, but you have to deal with that pawn here. So maybe h4 now. Castles. Rook here maybe. Rook here. Knight here. Knight takes. Rook takes. Well, this is the threat. But this looks just bad for me. Queen. No. h3 anyway, trapping the bishop. So after takes, probably taking there. But then bishop takes here, attacking the rook. Bishop goes back, but this check. It's annoying. It's an annoying position for both sides. So I don't know. Probably something like this will never happen. But it's interesting. Bishop g4, h3 probably. Then castles. Castles. d6 takes. Queen takes. Bishop here. Queen there. So now the knight cannot move. Okay, we have moves here. Let's see what we have. We have takes, knight to g1. Castles, and knight e2 is what Houdini is calculating. Yeah, I would also play knight e2. But now bishop g4. h3, bishop there. g4, bishop there. Knight here maybe. Something along those lines. Would be very aggressive. Would be very aggressive. But h5 doesn't seem to be that great. Pawn takes, rook here. Threatening to capture the knight and capture here. So probably this to defend. But then... no, this pawn will fall anyway. So probably knight takes. And rook here. Queen there, threatening this pawn. Queen here and trying to castle queenside. Probably. d5. rook here, but then queen there, takes, pawn takes, but then this pawn is falling, so queen has to keep an eye on that square. So probably something like a5 to go a4 here, but I don't know. Faster. White seems pretty fast here. Pawn takes, rook takes, and now this pawn. The knight is hanging. So knight here. But then rook takes because the pawn is pinned. This looks terrible for black. So probably not something like h5. Probably something like knight here. Knight takes, pawn takes. f4 en passant. Queen takes. Okay, we don't have this. This would be interesting, but we don't have bishop g4. We have rook e1. Something like g4. No, g4 doesn't work, never, because the bishop is also on that square. h3 is what Houdini is calculating. b5, g4, a5, g4, knight here. h4 maybe, but then the bishop comes here again. Pins down that knight. Maybe this one, but you can just ignore this. Yeah, we have the move h3. Oh, we have a different move now. We have the move knight to h5. This provokes g4. So probably g4. Knight goes back, g5. Knight goes here again. Now this one, followed by that one. d6. Let's say you capture here, capture there, and play knight here. Pawn is pinned. But then queen here threatens the knight and the pawn. And checkmate, so knight here probably. Defending checkmate. Queen here, d5. Castles. a5. h4. You cannot capture here because of this one. Yeah, well, maybe you can even capture there. I don't know. But as white you can also go for the safe line, f4, threatening f5. Okay, we don't have this. Knight going back here, and now knight here. Maybe trying to go there. Or threaten the knight. So maybe g6 now. No knight here, not anyway. I would still go for something like d6. Could also go here, maybe. b5, knight here, pawn takes check. No, this doesn't work because the bishop is covering that square, not only the knight. So let's see. Knight g3, bishop there. Let's see, I would either go for g5 or for knight h5. Let's go with g5. Where is the knight going? Cannot go there, cannot go there. Only square for the knight is that one. Then maybe bishop takes g7, king takes, knight here check. I don't know if something like this works. Don't think so, but can also go knight here. And this pawn falls, that pawn falls. So probably something like queen here. Now what? Maybe knight there, threatening a fork. So that you can maybe allow this. Bishop takes, knight forks. Let's say king anywhere, it doesn't matter. Taking the rook. Bishop there. No knight here. Isn't so great. So maybe queen here anyway. Takes, queen takes, pawn takes, knight takes. So yeah, no, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. So we have a different move. Knight d5, we have f4 here. Just protecting that pawn. And if en passant, queen takes here. Probably castling. And now you have a lot of pressure against the king side. Rook is coming to the f file, the other rook is coming to the g file. So this should be enough. It should be enough for white. Let's see both evaluations after GreKo takes this pawn here. I'm sure GreKo will take the G pawn because those engines always do. Houdini thinks it's better for white and GreKo thinks it's better for black. I think it's better for white. Queen takes G4 castles. What now with white? Maybe A5 to try and make some attack. And I don't know. Bishop takes here doesn't work, so maybe king here. H3. Bishop takes, queen takes. Knight here attacking the queen. Yeah, and then fork king. So probably king takes. The knight here check. Let's see, king there, rook here, queen here. Knight here, h6, threatening mates, so d5, queen here. But then you have this annoying check. Winning the queen, so queen here doesn't work. Let's say queen here. Then queen takes, pawn takes, f bishop takes. Rook here attacking the bishop. No, this doesn't work. So maybe you cannot sacrifice the bishop. Okay, we have castles. And queen here is the move GreKo played. Rook hg1. Rook hg1, okay, x-raying this one. So now if h5, now this is a threat, because this is a double check, forking king and queen, so this is now a threat. And if you take that pawn, then bishop here, knight here check, or even better, knight here check. Where is the king going? I don't know, if king here, then it's a mate immediately. So the king has to go there. And then queen here. But the king has always this escape square. So, and the queen cannot... Oh, king h8, this is not mate because the knight is covering the square, but you can go for this kicking the knight, and then this is mate. But you can also go for some knight here, which is probably easier. queen takes, rook takes here, check, queen has to go there. Why I'm always sacrificing stuff? Just go here, attack g7. Knight h4. Why not knight h4, attack g7? Probably because of that. But then you win due to that. f6 also doesn't help. So knight h4 seems to be a good move. We have queen takes here. Rook df1 is also a good move, threatening check and checkmate. So f6. e4. Kicking the knight. Knight here. Maybe even something like queen takes, threatening checkmate, so takes. Knight here, check with the rook. If king there, then rook there is checkmate. Same occurs if the king goes there. And if the king goes there, then bishop takes here is checkmate. So the bishop should block. But then you might sacrifice yet another piece. Or you just check. King here. Because if king there, then this check. King has to move, and then this double check is made. So let's see. King there. Seems to be lost. Also, after bishop g4 you can also just take here and fork everything. Where is the king even going? Probably king here, check. No, king here is lost. King here, checkmate. This bishop is just a monster. So there are some sacrifices. So that's why queen g4 is played. But not just queen f2. Knight d7. Yeah, it's lost for black. It's just too much. Too much pressure to handle. Let's see both evaluations. +4 from Houdini, and also GreKo thinks it's better for white. So let's say queen f2. Rook takes e5 is just desperation. Rook takes e5 is just desperation. Let's see, rook takes e5, knight takes, queen takes, rook takes here, king takes here, queen takes there is not possible because of the knight. So probably c4, kicking the knight, and if the knight moves, then this check is lethal. Checkmate, but probably queen takes, knight here, this immediately, because otherwise you just maybe not move the knight. So rook takes, knight takes, queen takes e4. And then c4. c4 is just crushing. Knight takes, queen takes. Also bishop takes f6 is crushing. If knight takes f6, then rook takes there, takes, queen here, check, king here. Rook there, bishop here, check. I don't know if this is so crushing. No, this actually seems to be better for black. So knight takes, just queen takes here, threatening mate. And how to defend this actually. So you cannot take the bishop. You have to go g6, yeah. And now what? Now you just won a pawn for basically nothing. If the bishop just moves back here. Threatening check. And mate, so you kind of have to defend this. Queen here doesn't work. Queen here or bishop here probably. But then at some point you just play c4. And if the knight ever moves, then queen here and there is no defense anymore. So c4. c4 will just crush black's position here. You cannot move the knight. g6, bishop a1 or bishop b2, it's basically the same. Yeah, c4. Okay, g6, bishop. Okay, let's say to a1. It doesn't really matter. I just talk about this because Houdini is thinking bishop a1 is the best move, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see. And we have to move bishop a1. And now what? bishop e6, only move to prevent this check. And then c4. It's over. I don't see anything after c4. Because then the queen is coming to f6 and this is done. Bishop e6, c4, rook g3 is what Houdini calculates. Rook g3. You have also you have time for everything. And then b5. Rook g3 we have, bishop e6. Bishop g3. Rook, bishop g3. Rook e8. Oh wait, see, I just recognized something. Of course not that move. If here bishop a1, if c5, with bishop a1 threatening this check, so this one, if a4, then knight here threatening mate. This could be slightly annoying. Also this fork is threatened. So c4 is probably not the best move. So that's why we have something else. Move rook g3. And rook e8. Rook fe1 now. Okay, rook fe1. Where is the queen going? Probably queen here. But now queen there. And there is no defense anymore. So the queen has to keep an eye on that square. So maybe queen here, also threatening a check at some point. Now c4 could be possible. Also, there should be better moves. There should be better moves. Probably rook here. Okay, give a check. Now bishop goes back to b2. Queen takes. Rook takes, rook takes, rook takes, threatening checkmate. So knight here, but then queen there, again threatening checkmate. Okay, we have queen b5. Rook g e3. Queen here check, probably not. This just loses a bishop. But then bishop f1 also loses. Everything loses now, so knight here loses due to that one. There are many ways to win. Rook f3 is what Houdini is calculating, and now he switched to c4. This is the move I wanted to play earlier. Queen b4, c4, c4 we have on the board. So maybe now check here. No, this doesn't do anything. Just go bishop b2. And then two pieces are attacked. Let's say knight here to add more defense. It doesn't really matter because it's the same idea. The queen is coming in here, so you cannot move the knight actually. c4, yeah, we have this queen a3 check, bishop b2, and now what? Now queen c5. Okay, queen c5. Attacking the queen. Rook here blocking. Probably. If knight takes here, then queen here, and there is no defense. If you go rook here, then queen check. King here. Okay, the king is running maybe. The king is maybe running away. So, but you can just take the rook, threatening mate, and this you cannot prevent anymore. So bishop c5. Also you can just take the queen and take the knight. Cannot take with the bishop. Now the bishop, because the bishop is pinned and attacked. And if you go here, then this, followed by that, followed by exchanging everything, is also winning. There are many ways to skin the cat now. Houdini is going for that move. Clear idea, this one. So maybe knight here, queen here, knight here. But then you have this check. Check. If king there and queen there, check. Followed by taking here. It doesn't matter where to go with the king. Well, the knight is defended, so probably not. But knight here, rook takes, pawn takes, queen here, check. Only square. Check, only square, check. Okay, you could have taken this immediately. I don't see it right now. Okay, we have something else. After queen h2. Oh, the threat is if the knight moves here, then the bishop is hanging. Okay, so let's say the knight moves here, then rook takes here, rook takes there, queen takes there, king takes there, no, rook here. This is too much again. This is too much. This is too much. Okay, we have this queen h2, rook here, queen here, king there, rook there, The king is running for its life. Okay, you cannot take the knight because it's pinned to the king. I just wanted to mention that. Here, bishop there. Bishop there. Queen a3. King here. King b1. Then taking the bishop. Taking there. And rook there. Then this check. I don't know. Why am I always sacrificing stuff? So, okay, the king goes here. For starters. And now taking there. Queen takes. Pawn takes. Okay, we have knight takes, rook takes. Rook takes, pawn takes, and queen here pinning. Pinning and winning. Okay. Okay. So let's say bishop moves there with a check, then you take it with the queen. But then you have this check. No, this leads to nothing. You can also go here. No. Rook takes f6, g5. This is desperation. This is just desperate. g5, and Houdini doesn't even take it, gives this check. Okay, king d7 now. Still taking there. And pinning. Pinning the rook to the king, and it's over. Black is losing. It's down a whole rook after all. So let's say takes. And I think it's even worse than this. Yeah, we have this rook takes. No, it's even worse than this. Queen here, maybe even rook takes. Queen there, check. King here, there are no more checks, so you might as well take yet another pawn. No, you cannot take this pawn. This is defended by the queen. So maybe that. Take yet another pawn. This loses to do that. Discovered check. So the queen has to hide somewhere. But this discovered check is coming anyway. Okay. We have it faster. We have this queen here. Probably king there. And now take the rook. Thank you very much. It's over. And GreKo resigned the game. Let's now recap this one. what is this move about? This move I really don't understand. G4, knight here. Now it's just better for white. Yeah, here. Exactly here. Queen here. Let's say the knight moves. Let's say it moves there. New variation. Let's ask Houdini what was his plan if the knight moves there. The queen sacrifice would be very nice to see if this is the idea. But I think the queen sacrifice just wins here. Knight takes h5 wins. Bishop takes f6 wins. What about queen takes f6? This might not win. Knight here check. Bishop g4. Rook takes g4. Knight g6. Knight here check. King f7. Oh, and the rook is hanging with a checkmate. So okay. Does the queen sacrifice work if the knight goes somewhere else? For example here. I'm just wondering. I mean, of course other things win in this position. Queen takes, no, she takes, doesn't win. Okay. Let's shortly recap this game. Versus Houdini 4 versus GreKo. So okay, we had the move b3. Very nice attacking game by Stockfish. Not Stockfish, by Houdini. Very nice here. Sacrificing one pawn. Sacrificing yet another pawn. Queen there, knight. Queen takes g4. Yeah, of course this would win a knight here. Rook takes, knight takes e4. Queen takes e4. Bishop takes f6. g6. Bishop goes back. This is just awesome play. Awesome play. f4. Okay, now the knight can stay here because it's a pin. Okay. What's the threat? Queen here is a threat. Rook takes is a threat. So much threats over there. The most tasty one amongst all is this rook check over there. Pawn takes, queen here check, king here and queen there mate. This is the most tasty one. And here GreKo resigned the game. It's over. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time. Ciao.